Hello everybody, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Mark and today I'm going to be cooking the national dish of Mali, which is Tiguadege Na, which is meat with vegetables and a peanut sauce. So the first thing we have to do is to cook some chicken in pieces in a little bit of oil. So I'll start off with my oil on a medium heat, early liberal splash. And what I've got here is I've got about 2 chicken breasts cut into pieces. So I'll just put those in and cook them until they're brown on all sides. So as you can see, the chicken is coming along nicely. I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit to get rid of some of the juice, and then the chicken will brown. After the chicken's browned, I'll add about 2 medium-sized onions and 2 cloves of garlic, and then you'll see the next step after that. So our chicken is starting to brown. So once it's browned, I'll add onions and garlic and continue cooking slowly until the onions are translucent. So my chicken is browning. As you can see, the pot is getting quite brown with the chicken sticking to it, so I've lowered the heat and I'm now going to add the onions and the garlic. So as I said, that's 2 cloves of garlic and 2 small to medium sized onions. I've also added in a little bit of oil. So the onions are cooking, getting a bit soft, as you can see. So in a minute or so I'll add a can of chopped tomatoes and about 2 tablespoons full of tomato puree. As you can see, whatever stuck to the base of the pan is actually coming loose now, so that will add to the flavour as well. So I'm now adding a tin of chopped tomatoes. I always like to add a tiny bit of water just to get all the extra stuff out of the can. And then we'll stir that in, and in a second, as I said, I will add 2 tablespoons full of tomato puree. So it's 1 tablespoon, and there's 2. So give that a good stir. As you can see, the base of the pan that was all stuck is now clear because basically everything's been taken up. So as I said, that should add nicely to the flavour. So I'll bring this to the boil, and then once it's boiling I'll simmer it and I'll add the next ingredients. And it is meat with peanut butter or peanut butter sauce, but it's not the peanut butter that you spread on bread per se, but it's typically a non-sweetened organic peanut butter, but I'm sure you could use any, but we'll bring that to the boil now. So you can now see it's starting to boil, and all of that chicken that was stuck to the base is now all not stuck anymore. So I'm now going to reduce the heat down, let it simmer for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to add chicken stock, some herbs, and the peanut butter I mentioned a second ago. So at this stage I'm also going to add a little bit of pepper, not too much. There you go, a bit of pepper and salt, and obviously you can add as much or as little as you want to season. I'm not going to add a lot of salt because the chicken broth typically is quite salty. I'll just add that. Give it a stir. And now I'm going to add the chicken broth. So it's about, so this is about 4 cups of chicken broth. So it's a fair amount. And now I'm going to add a teaspoon of mixed herbs. And be quite generous with that because it's quite a big pot. Four tablespoons full of peanut butter. So this is a smooth peanut butter, no added sugar. That's 1. This is number 2. Number 3, and last but not least, number 4. So obviously that will dissolve, as it were, and you'll get that very rich sort of peanut butter taste. In some parts of West Africa, this sauce can be very spicy. This particular recipe isn't spicy. There's, as you saw, a tiny bit of salt and pepper and a little bit of herbs. So I'm going to turn that right down and carry on cooking. So as you can see, everything seems to be mixing nicely. So the final ingredients are 2 carrots roughly chopped and 2 potatoes roughly chopped. So I'll add those, and lastly 1 eggplant or aubergine. This one I had prepared earlier that was frozen, so I'm just adding it as it is. So basically that is all of the ingredients. You will basically serve this with rice. And as you can see, some of the peanut butter still has to dissolve, but that will happen. So I'm now just going to cover it and let it simmer for about an hour. As I say, if you wanted to add a bit more salt and pepper, you could do so. So that's all our ingredients added. I'll cover that and let it simmer for about an hour, and I'll show you when it's done. See, the Malian meat, vegetables with peanut sauce is cooked. The peanut sauce is very rich, as you can see there. The vegetables and the chicken is cooked. Smells fabulous. So we look forward to eating it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you make this dish yourself. Very simple, quite easy to do, and it looks and smells delicious. So please comment below on our video, and hopefully you also watch our food review video where we actually eat this. Bye for now.